Hello, world. Welcome back, or welcome to Fallout 4. In this episode, I'm showcasing my current work in progress of Vault 88. I know I've done a video about my Vault 88 before, and they kind of just like, God damn, I'm sorry, the settlers are like ultra dumb. Their AI is stupid. Like this settler, because I. Ugh. The graphics. I'm sorry about the graphics in here or anywhere that you see them bug out. There are a couple of places where I accidentally deleted the exterior walls of these interior cells, and that causes the 3D infinity world that's outside these exterior walls to be shown. And when that happens, it causes graphics like this to bug out, like really bad. You can see that, okay? So, that's completely accidental. The scrap everything mod enables me to scrap everything I need, and I have scrapped everything that I needed to. I'm almost ready to just turn it off to see if the graphics will be fixed. I don't know. I don't think it's the mod that's causing it. I think it's more along the lines of the 3D Infinity World being exposed. So this is the Vault Atrium. I have created. I made sure it was 3 levels, so god damn it, Abernathy Farm. I need to start going to more settlements and upgrading them, because now that I've completed the game, I am basically in the mode of making fucking amazing ass settlements. So 3 levels, and we're gonna get to everything that I can get to. Part of my problem right now is I need to turn AI off, the artificial intelligence for all the settlers and everything else, because they're walking into areas that are still under construction and basically exiting the vault and then not having a way to get back in because they've either fallen off of a ledge or something else. So in here, I actually have a Synth Strider that I copied from the Institute, gave the Synth Strider armor to, and an Institute weapon. And normally he stands guard here and looks very menacing, but it's not there. So I also have a terminal. I wanted to make sure it was a working terminal too. There's nothing I can do with it right now because like none of the terminals can do anything for me right now because of there's nothing hooked up. I haven't done the Vault 88 quest yet. I'm still in the middle of doing the Vault 88 quest. Like you can see, like there's markers because Overseer Barstow has gotten into the Overseer's office. So I know how the outcome of the Vault 88 quest goes, and the outcome is I become Overseer. So this is basically me building my office. So this is kind of like a little security room, kind of like I got the inspiration from Vault 81, how they have like that little security kind of room before you go into the Overseer's office, up some stairs. But this is the Overseer's main office. Now NPCs cannot use this elevator, and I have several of these elevators in this settlement, and NPCs cannot use them. They're basically just for me. I kind of feel bad about that, but shit. NPCs can't use these. They have gotten in here, and I can get them out of here very easily. I'll show you guys real quick, because first of all, what I need to do is I need to turn AI off, so I toggle AI by saying TAI. Okay, all AI processing is off, and that kind of takes a little bit of a load off of these settlers. So this is a locked door. They got in here because I had to take the door off and then put the door back on for whatever reason, because there was no door here when this hallway was inaccessible, and I had to basically recreate this hallway because I had originally meant for this to be like an area that people wouldn't go, and then I suddenly realized that I have no space for them to get around the Overseer's room from the atrium, so I had to redo the hallway and redo the door, and settlers were in here when I redid the door. So I'm going to pull them out of here. Target them. All right. I have them targeted, so their object ID is targeted to my thing. Go back out into the atrium and say, move to player. And that, you know, the move to moves them anywhere, but player is like an object, so it knows that I am the player. So wherever I am, it'll move it there. I could move it to, like, I could tell it to move. I could tell it to take Overseer Barstow here and put her at the wrong settlement if I really wanted to, with the right commands. So you just gotta target them, get out of the area that you don't want them in. Turning their AI off is very helpful, because otherwise they might just walk right back into where they're not supposed to be, which is so infuriating. Anyways, so if you notice, that elevator had the option for me to go to 3 different floors, and you're gonna see all the elevators I have, because I'm gonna show you guys. Now that I am back here, I could do this. But again, the settlers are going to wander off. So I'm going to leave AI off for the rest of the video. So you see my companion has stopped. She does not move. I accidentally left this door open, and Clem got out. Because you have to close the door in order for it to lock. And there's a mechanism I could do to make the doors close on their own. So even though their AI is off, basically that just means they can't think or do anything for themselves. These ambient actions where they're just kind of like standing and moving and whatnot, those aren't part of artificial intelligence. So they will still move, they just won't walk away from where they are. So these hallways are meant to be closed off, because these are utility hallways. The utility hallways are supposed to be the type of hallways that only I can get in. That's why they have locks on the walls next to them to keep them from getting in. Because the settler AI and every other kind of AI, they don't know how to use the locks that are part of a mod that I put on here. So first floor, I've got residential. Basically, residential, I'm going to explain this real quick. Residential is a block. It's a gigantic block. The first residential block is right here on this other side of the atrium, where you see these 2 doorways. These 2 doorways lead down to hallways that lead down to 2 rooms. And there's 2 rooms in each hallway. I had to work with the space I had because I made this atrium gigantic. And I didn't want this atrium to be as big as it is, but it just kind of happens, because, like, you know, like getting these stairs to work right, and then, like, you see I have this gap here. It really pisses me off, but there's nothing I can do about it. Even with the extra mods for the add more vault pieces to my palette, it doesn't line up. And it's infuriating. But these hallways, you go down them, and they both have elevators, which serve no purpose for the NPCs. And they extend out to all 3 floors. I can't run. Oh, here's a funny tidbit. When you turn AI processing off, it turns off the sprint refresh. So I'm trying to sprint, but I can't because I've expended all of my AP. So here's what I can do. I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to toggle the AI back on, wait for my sprinting to refresh. Wait, did it say? Oh, I have someone targeted. That's why it's not working. Shit. What was the last person I moved? Oh, I think it was Clem. It has to be Clem. Okay, so what I have to do is turn him back on manually. Okay, good. So now he's back on, and I can go in here, untarget everything, and toggle AI. Yeah, you have to be careful whenever you mess with AI processing and stuff like that. So the AI is back on. Our Overseer Barstow just kind of like got the memo. She just got the memo. Clem got the memo. And what I need to do is, god damn it, I need them to stop moving. So my AP is slowly going up because AI processing is back on. And what I need to do now is turn God mode on, because that keeps it's no AP cost to run when God mode is on, and then turn off the AI. So now I can run. Everyone can't move, and everything's golden. See, this is the Synth Strider. So he was a synth I made in a synth workshop that I had at one of my other settlements, and because basically how that whole thing works at that thing is I have this gun, and I shoot this gun at anyone, and if I shoot it, it kind of has to be like a human. If you do it with a ghoul, it looks really weird. but it doesn't work on animals. It knows not to, because it knows what they are. Anyway, you shoot it at someone, and it basically logs what their reference, or not their reference, their base ID for whatever they are. So like Kate is a specific actor. Her base ID is unique to her and will create a her if I spawn her with her base ID. And the synth striders are just regular synths. Um, well, they're synth striders. They have a name. So the synth strider has its own base ID, and they look exactly like the other kinds of synths you'll find in the Institute. So basically, if I took the armor off of this guy, he would look like a synth, like one of the mechanical synths, but he has the voice of a regular person because he's technically a Gen 1 synth that just looks like that. I'm not going to explain that again because that's a little complicated. I turned AI off because these people are being stupid with it on because I'm not finished building the vault, so they keep exploring areas. Because I have a mod also that increases the radius that settlers can travel in a settlement, so that they will actually go to their ridiculously far away post from their ridiculously far away bed. But because that's on and I'm constructing stuff, they're exploring and learning new paths into places where I'm still building. So this is the first residential block. It's a small block, and I was kind of disappointed that I only got 12 rooms out of it. So what I went ahead and did is I tried to make use of as much space as I could. And what I have here is this will eventually be a door that's locked because there's no reason for anyone to come in here. AI can't use this elevator at all. So even if I leave it without a door that can be locked, they can't use this, so it's not going to take them anywhere they can't go. So I'm going to take this elevator up to different floors. The first three are exactly the same, so I'm going to go to the fourth floor, because basically they just spill back out into the atrium. The fourth floor is where I put the next residential block. It can be accessed with stairs, so people can access them by. So I'm going to go to the stairs. It's a lot easier to get to the stairs that the settlers walk on. So this is the atrium, third floor. They come to this. I haven't put a sign up or anything. I'm going to, but this is another residential block. They come up here, and this door is locked because it is it's a hallway that only I can go to, and you guys will see that in a moment. And the residential block starts here, and they come this way, and down this long hallway, there are 2x2 rooms, one on each side. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rooms in this hallway, so that makes 10. 10 for the hallway, and there are 2 hallways that do this. So there's 20 rooms added up here in this residential block, and it gets a little bit confusing. I haven't done any lights yet because I'm not finished. I'm still building. I'm still building a lot. So there's 20 rooms here, 12 over there, making a total of 32 rooms so far. I have to furnish them with at least a bed, otherwise the settlers won't be able to use them. So back to here. This is the atrium area. That's residential over there. Over here on this side is where I'm going to be putting a lot of shops, basically things inside there, so that I could have like stores that look cool. And I have mods to make some really cool looking stores, but I'm just still building the vault. And this thing is like, it's huge. Like I've cried a couple of times with some of the problems I've had building such a very large settlement. And I'm not meaning that to be like sound like a pussy or anything, but like for real, like after a while of building this, the objects will stop snapping to each other. And I have a mod that affects how objects snap, and basically I would, because like you can turn objects snapping on and off because it's a place everywhere mod. It's a mod that lets you place anything anywhere. So it has like little things you can toggle snapping on and off, and basically I had never used those options ever at all in building this, and it would all of a sudden pieces just would not snap where they're supposed to go, and like things would just start breaking. And like I'm going to show you the area where it made me so mad. Like it made me the worst. So this is I put a sign up. It says hydroponics, but this is basically where the farm is, where the people come to farm the food. Down this hallway at the end, and then there's a maintenance access way here, and I don't even know. Yeah, there is. Okay, so I'm going to go in here. There's no key card to let me back in through the other side, so I have to show you this entire hallway. This maintenance hallway goes upstairs, and it takes you all the way around to the very top 5th floor. And it's accessible from that one elevator that I was in that took you up earlier as the 5th floor. And it goes all the way around, and then the residential section, the second one, the big one, is like over here. No, it's below me, and because I never build more than that, and this is that area you can't reach, which I know there's an unlock pad on both sides, so I can walk through. This is where you come up, and that's that big residential area with the 2 hallways with the 5 rooms on each side, making 10. Anyway, close that door, come here, and so going up there goes up and around the entire place. And coming down here, now this may look a little convoluted with the stairs and whatnot, but I had to work with the space I had. You can see the walls clipping through here. Now I can actually fix that by doing this. But I couldn't do that while I was building this, because if I did that, I might expose some of that infinite 3D world and have a hard time seeing what I'm building. So down here, this is the end of a utility hallway. There should be a door and a panel here, but I have yet to put that in because I'm still building a lot. And the rest of this utility hallway basically comes back around to the other side of the overseer's office. Or no, not to the overseer's office, but to the atrium. And I wanted to put something from the overseer's office, which would be like right here to here, but like it's a lot of work. I would have to tear down that section and rebuild it. I mean, I know it sounds like quick and easy, but when you have the palette thing open and doing it and trying to get the pieces to line up just perfectly, it's a mess. So I need to put a wall here and a keypad lock so that no one can get through the door. This comes back around back to the atrium where I was, and this is the overseer's office, which is locked. Nobody can get in the overseer's office but me and Overseer Barstow on the 2nd floor. She can't access the 2nd and 3rd. And there's also a 3rd floor to that. I wanted to show you guys. I keep forgetting. There's all sorts of shit I have. So if I go into the Overseer's Overseer's office, this is where I want to put like the bed and everything. I just have not had the time because like building takes forever, and you'll see exactly why. But this Overseer's office here has an elevator to go to different floors of the Overseer's office. So we've seen the 2nd floor. It's got the Overseer's desk in it with the Overseer's terminal. With the terminal in it. So we're going to go to floor 3 and check out floor 3. The 3rd floor of the Overseer's office is where I'm going to have like a lot of like, you know, armor racks and whatever, and showing off the cool things that I can have in here. It's also the biggest room on the Overseer's office floor. I can go back down to floor 1 because I got to show you guys what's still under construction. I cannot keycard lock the elevators, but that would be useless because AI can't use elevators. Funny joke, huh? And what I think is kind of funny, like there's been like only like 1 or 2 mods that kind of mess with the AI scripting so far that I've ever seen. And I'd like to see some more mods that fuck with the AI scripting. Coming back down this hallway, on this side, going towards the north sector, yes, the ambient light from the north sector shines through. I just went down and we're on the floor of the northeast sector. This is where rooms are going to be. I need, you know, because basically, I'm going to show you in a second why I'm going to need 1 million rooms. But I need to have as much residential space as I can possibly get. These are going to accommodate 2x2 rooms. If I can accommodate even more rooms, oh my god, I'm going to flip my shit because this took forever to build and I have to replan this entire hallway. Anyways, rooms are going here, and rooms are going to continue until I hit a wall or something over there, because there's a tunnel entrance over there where I would have to stop building this one out. Following this hallway and going up some stairs. So I had to build this above the ground, and I'm going to put supports down. I know I'm going to try and make it as realistic as possible as I possibly can get with what I'm building. And this is basically just going to be, you know, these 2 sections right here. They're going to be rooms here. Over here, following down this hallway, there's going to be rooms on this side. and it had to be lifted up off the ground because there's like pieces of limestone that even though I know how to use the console and do that, I still just don't want to open up that 3D world and fuck everything up. I also don't want to build into walls. And I can start building out over into there, into the rest of the north sector, which is... Excuse me, I just have not made my mind up on that yet. So, coming back through here, back towards the atrium. And holy crap! I know if you're watching this and you've seen like Oxhorn has like a huge Vault 88. I am like super duper jealous. He doesn't use those console commands that I do to remove certain things that I can't remove normally, but I do. So the rest of this hallway, and if you notice, it's still domestic and not utility. So coming around this way, there's something down here I'm going to show you. So I'm going to build more rooms. More rooms are going over here, and this is the northeast sector. Okay? More rooms there. There's going to be more rooms here. Going down all the way to the bottom of the northeast sector, I wanted to build something special here, but I found out that because of the height limitations, I couldn't build it here. I had to build it somewhere else. We're about to go there, and you're about to see. You can see over there, that is the east sector. You can see I had to stand on some platforms, mess with collision and whatnot. I also found out if you turn collision off, it turns collision off for everyone and everything, including guns, as well as settlers. And the settlers turn into giant, stupid people when they can't have collision. So I had planned to put something in here that I couldn't, and I'm going to continue building out over this way because it goes to the rest of the northeast sector over there. And that's the east sector. You can see where the water pump is. I had to actually scrap that water pump with a console command. I didn't want to scrap it because I want to keep it, but I had to use a console command to basically disable it, put those conduits on it, and then re-enable the item because it wasn't letting me target the conduits to drop a line on them. It was just targeting that water pump. So going back up through here. I know this seems really big, guys, but you have not seen the best part. So I'm saving this best part for last. It's my favorite part. And what I have is down here, I got really creative. This was one of the tunnels. You can still kind of see part of the frame through it. This is one of the tunnels that goes down towards the east sector, and I was able to build a wide hallway, and it masked everything that was there. I needed to use this wide hallway, otherwise because it would be stuck on this side or stuck on that side, and it would look really ridiculous because there would be stuff coming through if I had it that way, but with the wide tunnel, it doesn't come through as much. And then the wide hallways have this middle thing, so it actually kind of, instead of being on this side or this side, puts it halfway between, and really would kind of mess with what I have going on down here. So it actually, it fixes itself, not at the end of this tunnel, because I used this same thing, you know, centerpiece, go back down into this hallway where it goes back to this side. And I had to use this special atrium piece, which is part of a mod, and it's really neat. You can't find this atrium piece except for in the atrium, and it's a piece that you can actually accidentally scrap and never have again, and then your pieces never line up. But this is the synth creation area. I had to use lots of console commands to get rid of some of the rocks, because even though this thing fits in here, the rocks just barely touch it on top. I wanted to have a roof. I wanted it to look nice. And if I look at this direction, things get all trippy because I accidentally deleted a rock that faced... that covered one of the ambient 3D world thing, and so like it gets trippy when you face this direction in general. But this is a synth production area. If you haven't seen my Sanctuary video, I have one in Sanctuary too, and I used it to bring my synth strider over here. But I'm going to be using this to make like 1,000,000 Clems, and basically just populate this entire area with Clem, so this entire vault can be run by Clem. Just as a funny, because I like Clem. He's very susceptible to the Vault-Tec projects that go on. Nothing is lit in here yet. I didn't. In my other one, I didn't put any lights inside it, and I felt like I didn't want to put any lights inside that one, and I might not put lights in this one. I'm not sure. There's the light boxes for some of the lights that I deleted out here that are still stuck. They're running, putting ambient light, but this basically will create. I use this terminal and my body scanner, and it'll create a synth. that looks exactly like them. But just like when this mod first came out, I wanted to say this because when this mod first came out to have this synth production machine, um, it would birth settlers out of the middle here, and it would birth them fully clothed, which I like that idea. But with various tweaks that they've had to make to the mod, settlers are now birthed naked with underwear, just naked. And it's kind of like up to you to give them clothes. Otherwise, they'll just walk around naked for the end of their days. So some synths are going to be birthed through here. They're going to be taken down the tunnel of Drug Trip, and you can see that haze. You can't get rid of the haze. I mean, I can use console commands to get rid of the haze, but I'd have to be able to target the haze to do that, and I don't know how to target that perfectly. Anyway, there might be doors, there might not be. I don't want to put doors here just because of the way it just works and the way it's working for me right now. But yeah, so that is my synth creation area, and they're basically just going to be farming shit in here and selling shit in here, and that's all I can have them do, really. I mean, really. Oh, oh god. I've had a lot of work ahead of me building this one, guys. I really appreciate it if you watched it. If you can't wait, just like I can't wait to have everything completely done. Um, just a little forewarning. I cried and screamed while making this last section because it took so much of my patience. Like I told you, it took like the object snapping stopped working, and I was starting to have a fit because that synth builder thing wasn't working with Vault-Tec conduits. Like I would run a line from a Vault-Tec conduit straight to it, and it would not get the power out of it. So the generator I have down there over by the northeast sector water pump, I did the thing to hook it up and have a conduit wall pass through just to power it and have it work. It took a lot out of me to be able to build that piece alone, but I'm very thankful if you watch this video, because this is like my favorite thing to do. I love building the vaults. I love building settlements, and I love building the vaults. The vaults to me are just like amazing. All the different touches you can add, all the wonderful things, and so thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, there's more coming. I'm going to continue on with this vault. This vault is huge. And that one area where I said I had that one purpose, that's where I wanted to put the synth production area. But like everywhere I went, no matter what sector I went to, it wouldn't fit, except for the east sector. I was like, the east sector is fucking tiny. I don't understand. Like it seems tiny compared to the rest, but it's not. It's bigger. It's way bigger. Anyway, in that area where I said I wanted to build it, I'm going to build a factory down there using the Contraptions DLC. You guys will get to see all of that and more. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, peace out.